to tried to rage bait and failed. Delete your shit channel, bud. Amazing. This shouldn't be titled a review if an opinion is all that's being given. Well, sorry to break it to you. That's what a review is. It's an opinion.
What the f did I do wrong?
Well, I'm gonna be honest, I did not expect my Iron Lungs review to be the most disliked video on this channel. I did not expect that, but I did kind of expect some comments and a lot of dislikes from it, just because my opinion isn't exactly everyone else's opinion. But I gotta say, I do agree with a lot of the critics here. This is the one time I kind of agree with the critics. And a lot of people really disagreed with them as well. Said this film's like a 10 out of 10 and all that stuff. And I thought, that's fine. I actually don't care if people like the film or not. It does not bother me. If someone told me, say for example, one of my favorite films, Inception, was the crappiest film ever, I'm gonna be like, okay, that's kind of weird, but why was it trash, for example, right? Maybe there could be things that they didn't like, for example, and I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. And if you don't like something, it doesn't really bother me. So when I make reviews and stuff and maybe have a very different opinion than most people just seem to get really triggered by it, but I ain't f***ing surprised at all. I'm not really surprised. I know a lot of people commented the thumbnail and the title really set them off. I know people didn't watch my review at all. I know. I can see where they drop off. Analytics tell me everything. There's probably quite a few people that probably saw, they probably just opened up the video, disliked, liked everybody else's comments, and that was it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm cooked here. This is honestly kind of like a one-off video I'll probably do, because it's honestly kind of funny. The people's comments were funny. I did laugh at quite a few of them. That being said, I do think Iron Lung is still trash out of 10. It's a 5 out of 10 movie. That's all it is. It's a one-watch movie. I'm never gonna watch it again, ever. And that's just the way it's gonna be. There are way better movies for the fraction of Iron Lung's budget. Like The Void 2016. Way better indie film. Completely more interesting. And it actually has a decent story. And you also think at the end, what the f is happening? But at the same time, you could actually care for the characters and you actually didn't want them to get the bye-bye, turn it off. That's what the movie did really well. Sometimes your first movie is not that good. My first movie is trash. My second movie is hot garbage. And people seem to like it, and I don't know why. Probably because it's absolutely stupid. But anyways, let's get into some of these comments here, because they're funny. I basically pinned my response because I didn't expect how many comments I would get. And they're all pretty negative, and that's just the way it goes sometimes when you make the stuff I do. So clickbait, rage bait, that's the shit I do. And so many people fell for it. Like, it's crazy. Bro wanted the views so bad. I'm gonna be honest. What content creator doesn't want views? I've never heard of a content creator ever say they don't want views. Everybody wants views. That's just that. Homeschool accent is heavy here. Don't really know what that means. Never homeschooled either, so kind of wish I did. I wouldn't be as indoctrinated as this person, but hey, whatever, it doesn't matter. Someone responded, God forbid someone having a different opinion. I agree. I'm pretty well the same. If I see a review that disagrees with mine, I don't shit on their video or anything. I think, oh, okay, that's an interesting perspective to view something like that. His title isn't an opinion, it's a statement generalizing all YouTubers as bad at making movies. Yeah, I kind of threw around a few titles just to play with people. Yes, that is correct. I'm not saying they're all bad filmmakers. I'm not saying Mark is a bad filmmaker. I'm not saying that at all. It's just clickbait, rage bait, energy. That's it. Opinions are great. I love opinions. I actually have quite a few myself that might just be a hot take. but this is just blatant clickbait with the title. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And so many people fell for it. And a lot of people don't have hot takes because they don't want to get backlash as to what they truly want to say. That's the funny part. L rage bait title. Yeah, I get it. That's exactly what it is. Thanks for telling me the truth. I didn't get it. It's so bad and no one should ever make movies. I really love Hollywood slop. To be honest, I shit on all the Hollywood films. They're all pretty well garbage. I don't like any of them. But I wasn't as hard on Iron Lung as I would be on a Hollywood film. Iron Lung is an indie film and I want it to succeed. I don't want it to fail. It doesn't look good. I want indie films to make money. Even if the movie is not good. Like Iron Lung. I won't be watching this shit again. I'm telling you. I don't care what anyone says. It's not that good. Guys, I'm different. Everyone look. No, this is actually just my true opinion of the film. I did not enjoy it. That's it. You just, I guess the title and clickbait, rage bait, whatever you want to call it, it got you. That's it. And then he clicked post. Yeah. Because you do have to put yourself out there. If you don't put yourself out there, no one's gonna see your shit. That right? Am I wrong? That's how it works. The fact that this comment ratioed the video for now at least is amazing. Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't really bother me overall. I knew it was gonna get disliked to some degree, so whatever. And this is the most liked comment in this video. I think this video proves that some people shouldn't make reviews. It's so interesting someone would say that, because really the whole review is just an opinion, and it's probably an opinion this specific person did not like, and that's fine. I don't care. But telling people to not make reviews, to be honest, you could be really shitty at it and be still pretty entertaining, so it doesn't really matter. An opinion is an opinion, and that's it. And this guy says, yo, ratioed this guy Jabba. Cool, yeah, okay. Exactly what I said. All his videos, go look at, it's just constantly hating for nothing constant negativity. Well, that's the unfortunate part. Sometimes you gotta be truthful and say, yeah, this was shit. Right? Am I wrong? Just gotta be honest with yourself and say, you know what, this is shit. And if you guys didn't like this video, you might say it's shit. And I'll be like, cool. You can move on. You can click on the next video. Doesn't matter to me. He should review the game. Maybe that video will actually get likes. Hey, you might be right. You might actually get likes. I might enjoy it. I might not. I don't know. This got more likes than the video. That's crazy. Yeah, that was to be expected. I don't have almost 40 million subscribers. And obviously people like Mark. I have nothing against Mark at all. I have zero against him. I think he's good at whatever he's doing. And I don't think he's a bad filmmaker at all. I just think his first movie was not that good. Is that such a bad opinion? We get it, bro. You want channel exposure. Bro, attention seeking. Yeah, if you're not getting attention from others, you're doing it wrong. And then this other person says, so refreshing to see a video like this. There's so many people sticking out to the film. Yeah, and I do agree. People are just glazing the shit out of this film because they don't want backlash. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of people, and I even think the Critical Drinker said what he said in his review because he didn't want the backlash. You could just tell by his review, he liked it but didn't really like it. And then he just shat on Shelby Oaks by Chris Cockman, and Chris Cockman there doesn't have an opinion anymore. I don't even know why he reviews anything. He just talks about it and says it's good and shit, and he's like, I liked it, and that's it. And then he has some advert or advertisement or some bullshit like that, and that's it. That's all Chris Cockman is good for. And he also made a crappy movie too. I'll never watch that shit again either. Okay, here we go. This isn't a hate comment, but I'm gonna be honest. You came across very condescending in the video. What'd you expect? Did you expect me to be nice? Did you want me to sound nice in the video? That's just not my style. I don't sound nice.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
You oversimplify every opinion to its ass. Well, sometimes I just say that. I'm like, damn, this is ass, without really explaining why. Well, if you weren't so emotional about my response already, you probably could see why I said what I said. There's a lot of things I said that you probably just didn't hear. That's basically what this comment is saying. Look, I just got another one. L video shite review. There you go. Look, it just popped up. It just popped up right here, 934. And it says, the game itself is slow and makes the players feel fear simply through a few images and sounds. Yeah, I did watch some gameplay, so I do know that. I think also instead of explain everything with your voice, you should edit your videos more to have clear points about what you didn't like and what you think could have been better. And that's fair. And I do think if there was probably another trailer and such that showed a little more footage in there, I think I probably could have done that a little bit better. And that's fair. That's fair criticism. But a lot of times I don't want to spend a bajillion hours on the videos either, so that's also just how it works. Again, this isn't a hate comment, man, but the video is hard to watch when you're being so overly rude and inconsiderate. Well, that's just how it works. I'm gonna come across way different than somebody else. It doesn't matter what I say. I could honestly change my tone and my voice to everything and people would still get butthurt. It doesn't matter what I say. It honestly doesn't. I have to say, you do not make yourself come across as an intelligent critic about the movie, and that's fine. I'm not here to be some super intelligent, analytical person on YouTube. That's for someone else to do. I just like to say my opinion, have a good time, and share my thoughts, and that's it. I do this stuff in my spare time, so I just have fun. That's what I'm doing. I'm just having fun. I'm not here to be some top critic here. I'm actually learning about films as I go along here. I'm learning as why films are shit. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm learning. And how to make a great film. How to make a great film is by watching garbage. Like Iron Lung. That shit is trash! It feels a lot. What you talked about was more or less repeating the, I don't like this, it should be more like this. Yeah, that's kind of what a review is. It should have been like that. It should have been cut half an hour of crap. We didn't need to see him traversing through all that bullshit over and over again. We get it. Montage it. Cut, split it, put it all together. Condense it. And being unable to express specifically why you think these changes should have been made. I did say that in the video. This person just did not hear it. It is what it is. You really struggle to make meaningful commentary about what you do and don't like about the movie. It's just, you're just going on about the same thing again. This sounds exactly like a woman or something. That's the funny thing. And just that you have thoughts and feelings. Yes, that's what an opinion is. That's kind of what a review is. It's thoughts and feelings as well. This is how the movie made me feel. Did this movie make me feel emotional? Did this movie make me want to cry? Did this movie make me want to laugh? All those sorts of things. But okay. Also, the constant yelling and swearing doesn't make you come across as authoritative. That's just me having fun. It's cringe teenager who thinks loud and crass is funny. Yeah, why can't I be who I want to be? Why can't I say things and be a try-hard? Why can't I do all those things? I don't care. Like, it honestly doesn't, I don't care. I'm gonna do it anyway! And then after I said, you don't like it, bye-bye, turn it off. That's just my catchphrase for the channel. And it's great. If you didn't like the bye-bye, turn it off, well, get the hell out of here! And then they respond, or instead of rejecting criticism, you could learn and grow over being a butt. Something to consider, okay? This sounds like a bunch, it just sounds like a bunch of soy milks!
No, you need to lay off the soy milk.
Ah! This is a bunch of fruitcakes.
I don't like girls.
Oh, that is so gay.
Telling me what I should and should not do. These people have never made a goddamn video in their damn lives! And this other guy gave me a compliment. Yeah, because that guy actually enjoys my channel and he actually sees what it is. That's the difference. All these people are just a bunch of randos from markiplier here who, I don't know, just didn't like my opinion. And then this other guy says the commentator gave constructive criticism. He wasn't just hating on you for no reason. Yes, they are there to hate. They probably dislike the video as well. You can say no hate, but I know you're giving hate. It doesn't matter what you say. That's the thing. That's why it's funny. You're literally just doing the same thing. You're accusing other people of hating on comments just because you disagree with them. How was saying, if you don't like it, bye-bye, turn it off? Like, what is so bad about that? Like, you've got to be absolutely butthurt and a half.
Lay off the soy milk.
April Fools came early, I guess. Sure as did. I personally really enjoyed Iron Lung and loved the suspenseful atmosphere builds, and I think there's some solid comments in here. And I was like, glad you enjoyed it. And then they all say, what I think is weird is the level of hostility you are showing to people in the comments. Okay, bye-bye turn off is terrible. Is this said by another woman or something? Like, I don't really get it. Like, this is like the most fruity shit ever. It's like, you can't insult people's feelings and shit, and you gotta be tiptoeing around shit. That shit is trash! Stop being a bitch. Stop drinking the goddamn soy milk! I think showing that you are willing to stoop and insult the people who leave negative comments instead of engaging in thoughtful discussion or just ignoring them is not the best move if you're trying to grow your audience. Well, most of these people were never gonna subscribe to the channel anyway. Just being honest there. I know, I see analytics. It's not hard to see. And I actually left I think a few comments in there, and I just deleted them because I was like, there ain't no point to even respond to half of these people. They're not gonna get my perspective of it. They probably watched a minute of the video and just, oh, this person didn't agree. You tune out all the damn things I said in the video. Most people just didn't want to hear it, and that's it. And that's fine. He was like, sorry twin, but you kind of completely ignored the point of the comment. Yeah, of course I did, because there's no point in engaging. There's really no point. I said the comments in this video would disagree with this comment. My comments are tame at best. Yes, they are very tame. I basically said nothing. Humans that don't understand cosmic psychological horror will never appreciate it. Yeah, but it's done kind of better in The Void 2016. Just saying. Since the movie was basically entirely made by one person, it's bound to be a little bit flawed. And I do agree that a lot of parts of the first half were kind of boring. Yeah, at least someone's being somewhat honest here and saying that. Exactly. The soundtrack is the selling point of the movie for me. That's kind of a weird choice, but sure. I did like your comment, and I said, it was solid, just not memorable for me. Glad you liked it though. That's basically all I said. And I was like, cool. Yeah. This guy said, rage bait title and video is an attempt to farm interaction. I skimmed through it. I pity your effort. So here's a comment. Try to make genuine content. This is trash and worth a don't recommend channel click. Yeah, that's fine. If you don't like the videos, you don't have to say. You have free will. You can move along. It doesn't matter. But it's just funny because he got the rage bait. He fell for it. He fell for the tricks. And it's sad. But it's funny. I laugh at this shit all the time. It's actually hilarious. And to be honest, this was more of my genuine actual review because I couldn't really make fun of a whole lot. I couldn't be like super comedic. And I do have a soft spot for indie films in a way, even though they're pretty well trash as well. But he could have made a better film. That's all I'm trying to get at. And it's not that good. It's not that good as to what people are saying it is. When it gets more out there, people are gonna be like, damn, this put me to bed! Genuine content equals you must have the exact same opinions as me on everything, and you must like everything I like. And that's very true. It has to align with your opinion, and if it doesn't, you're not gonna like it. Unbiased opinion from someone who doesn't watch Mark, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. Yeah, that's fair. I agree. That's a good comment. I was like, fair. And this guy says he gave it a 10 out of 10. And I'm like, cool. That's awesome. Glad you enjoyed it. I have no problem saying that. And oh, this dude definitely wanted the views that badly. Yeah. It says every content creator ever. If you didn't want the views, why are you even doing it? That's like making a movie for somebody and no one goes to see it. Why would you make a movie then? I guess you don't like slow burns. You might be the type to watch action stuff and care little about world building and stories. I actually care a lot about world building and stories. This just wasn't it. You could have done a lot better for $3 million. I'm just saying that, and I'm just being honest. I think if he did a smaller project before it, he could have been like, yeah, my money could have gone way further, and he could have learned a hell of a lot more. That's what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, personally, I do like action stuff. And I kind of hoped that this movie was going to be at least decently good. But it's just really not for me. I don't mind slow burns if they're really engaging, but if they're just gonna do the same shit over and over again, I'm not gonna really care, because you could have cut that shit out. Obviously Mark didn't have someone that objectively looked at the film and said, okay, we gotta have a sit down and say, yeah, you might be boring the audience with the pacing in here. That's what you gotta look at. You gotta look at what the audience wants. But a lot of these people that are commenting on here are not seeing that. So, and there's nothing I can do that's gonna make my opinion sway over someone else's. It's not gonna happen. Dude, it's an adaptation from a game about a guy in a submarine. What do you want from him? And I said, LMAO, maybe not a 2-hour movie. You're goddamn right! LOL, the subtle jab at 28 years later, that movie was demonic zombie baby trash. And I do agree. That movie is ass. This guy said, you seemed more genuine in this one and I appreciate that. You're still funny, but you're being legit. Cheers, mate. That's exactly it. This guy understands that. I'm telling you, this was one of my more genuine reviews. A lot of times I like to go hard and try different things out and such, but yeah, see, this guy gets it. This guy says I couldn't sit through the first half of the film. You could tell a lot of work was put into it. Yes, and I do agree with that. But honestly, it's really rough. And I do agree. It's a pretty rough movie to sit through. I think a lot of people, once it hits streaming, then you'll kind of see what happens from there. Because a lot of people might be like, damn, this shit put me to bed again. This might be the movie that you put before you go to bed and you're like, and you just drift off to sleep. Amazing. Wow. Yes. Cool. From someone who's barely seen a clip of Markiplier content, watch this movie if you haven't seen it. Best sleep you ever have in your damn life. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what this movie is. And some people might share that opinion, some people may not. This other guy goes on, 40 million subs is the only reason it will make money. And I do agree. It's got a very good platform for an indie film. A lot of indie filmmakers don't have that same platform. A lot of indie films actually fail. So him actually doing this really helped him a lot. And plus there's obviously a lot of fans that really like him and they'll like his stuff regardless. It doesn't matter. Even if it's crap, he could make the biggest piece of shit ever and people would still defend it. It doesn't matter.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
He can't act and his voice sounds like he's constantly constipated. I do agree. Like I said, deep discount Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
I found it okay, but Mark can't act for shit. But he's not bad as a director, and I do agree. I think he can be a great filmmaker. But let's be honest, money helps you quite a bit in filmmaking. If you don't have money, it gets pretty difficult. And you got to be way more creative with what you can pull off. El Tidal movie was great. Hey, that's fair. If you like the movie, that's cool. It's cool with me. I don't care. I'd say that was a generally positive video for a movie you didn't like. Yeah, this is probably one of my most positive reviews for a movie I did not like. That's the crazy part about this video, is it has so many dislikes and I'm actually trying to stay positive about it, even though it's a trash movie out of 10. Honestly, I've never played the game and even I understood the movie and thought it was an amazing piece of movie art. All this video does is generally allow me to know I will never watch you again. Well, bye, turn it off! Ain't that the truth? Why are you screaming the whole time? I couldn't even focus on what you were saying. That's just sometimes the thing I do. I like to do that. I like to get amped up and scream sometimes. It's fun. It makes it fun for me and I have a blast. And that's all that matters to me. If I'm not having a blast, I'm not making videos. The movie is complete trash. Wasn't even like worth the ticket. And I do agree. I kind of wish I got my money back on that one, where I just torrented the shit out of it, which I hope most people do, because damn, this shit was boring, huh? I watch it, it's cringe and makes me yawn a lot. I want to control my yawn, but this movie makes me yawn like 30 times, and I kind of agree with that. A poop and a thumbs down. Amazing. God, someone said all these Markiplier glazes get off his D. That's kind of true. This is what I'm kind of seeing, is that someone can have an opinion that differs from them, but these fans just go absolutely crazy. Like, I have a decently small channel. It's not huge by any means, but, you know, at least I try. Like to see you do better. Not only was it successful, making more than 7 times the budget as of now, the design was good and Mark made a film with one setting work despite all odds. You're kind of dumb as bro. Yeah, I'd honestly like to see if I got $3 million, if I could make a better film. I can guarantee you I'd make a better film. This honestly seems like a piece where he's just regurgitating from a goddamn article or some shit. Absolute garbage take. Take this down, quit embarrassing yourself. Nah, don't want to do that. Uh-oh, here comes the crybaby Markiplier fanboys. Yeah, and I kind of agree with that one, yeah. And I was like, I'm not entirely surprised. It was to be expected. I do agree with that. And I think that's why people are not being as honest as they should be. I fell asleep during the movie. What even point is this in the movie? I agree. What is the point of the movie? It's basically just sucking Markiplier off. And that's really it. That's this movie. This other guy says, I don't listen to homeschoolers. Cool. Stay indoctrinated, bro. This other one says, Markiplier fanboys stroking it to Iron Lung are equivalent to watching someone drink dog piss and claim it's good for their health. Hey, that's probably accurate, honestly. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Silence, amazing. Well, that's basically it. Garbage take, whatever. And that's basically it. I still stand behind my opinion of Iron Lung. It's a 5 out of 10 trash movie. I'm never gonna watch this shit again, and it's sad to say. I want it to be good. That's the crazy part. But some of the comments didn't really agree with me, and that's fair, and that's fine. I don't expect people to always agree with me. That's just life in general. Who wants people to actually agree with them all the time? They'd just be boring as shit. It's just basically as boring as Iron Lung! Because that shit is trash! There you guys go. There's my comments on my most disliked video on this channel. And it's absolutely amazing, and I fucking love it. So if you guys can hate some more, dislike the shit out of it, that would be absolutely amazing.
What the f did I do wrong?
If you guys like this video, damn, you guys all deserve a damn hug. And if you didn't like this video, shit, just keep posting comments, shitting on the review, shitting on my videos. I don't even care. Keep doing it. It makes everything better.
No, you need to lay off the soy milk.